Hi and welcome to day 2 of Organic and Natural Digital Expo, highly interactive business platform, virtually and in person for all organic, natural and eco-friendly businesses. Yesterday we had over 13,000 visitors, a whopping number for the Digital Expo. We also looked at the consumer preferences in the organic F&B market as well as natural beauty, and I must say, those were some power-packed discussions. Don't forget to make use of our expo features today. At the marketplace, you can request for quotes on innovative and wonderful products from all over the world. In this exhibitor section, you can chat, message, or have face-to-face calls with suppliers in real time, all while enjoying this live stream session. Head on over to our app. Head on over to app.arabianorganics.com. A big thank you to our sponsor, European Union, and knowledge partners, Euromonitor. For now, let's kick off with our next panel session, Natural Health Forum, Reconnecting with Health to Natural Ingredients. In terms of the global landscape for vitamins and supplements, the market value is projected to $270 million USD in 2027. Reasons include people being more health conscious, favoring preventive healthcare measures, and looking out for gut health. Of course, there are more reasons too. In today's session, we learn more about the natural health market. Joining us today are Dr. Hanan Selim, Healology Wellness. Is that correct?
Yes.
Healology Wellness.
Yeah.
Dr. Hanan Selim is an award-winning professional speaker, author, and facilitator. As a licensed clinical pharmacist and certified mentor to the American Institute of Business Psychology, the founder of certified and accredited Healology 6R system.
Lisa, what is happening?
I'm sorry? Just 1 minute.
Yeah. We are trying.
Okay, sure. Your video is not coming up, is it?
Is it okay?
Your video is not on, Ms. Sushma. Would you like to join from your computer? Okay, while she figures that out, I will just continue with Dr. Hanan's bio. So, as I mentioned, the founder of certified and accredited Healology 6R system by the Global Trainers Federation, and having been in healthcare for more than 25 years, helping her audience globally, Dr. Hanan has always sought to share the richness of her own research, scientific breakthroughs, and measurable evidence-based methods with aspiring professionals. She is known as the pharmacist of the future of the Arab world. Ms. Sushma will be rejoining us very shortly, and I will just give her introduction to you until then. Ms. Sushma Ghag is a dietetics specialist at Aster Hospital, Aster DM Healthcare, one of the largest healthcare brands in the Middle East, and has dotted the GCC healthcare landscape with 26 hospitals, 115 clinics, 225 pharmacies across 8 countries. Aster Pharmacies have a goal of a pharmacy in every neighborhood of the GCC, and it is a household name in the region, synonymous with healthcare. Sushma has a master's in dietetics, and food service management. Yes, I can see Ms. Sushma, you're back now with your video.
Yes, yes.
Okay, brilliant. So thank you all for joining us today, and a big thank you to our viewers as well. And I'll start off with questions about the market. So first off, what has the market been like in the national health sector during the pandemic, and how far has online and digital played a role during this time? So Dr. Hanan, we can start with you.
Thank you so much for the amazing introduction, Monica. I'm very happy and privileged to be with you, with everyone here today. I'm very excited because being in the healthcare industry for such a long time, I've seen all the ups and downs, and no different to the pandemic we're going through, and it was a shock for, I think, most of us, not just being the audience or the public, but also the healthcare professionals going around trying to see what we can do to bring the information, the correct information, and the steps and protocols to protect one's health and well-being during this process. And what I've learned was very much the technology. I think, like everybody else, we jumped on the bandwagon trying to continue our message, continue our efforts through technology. So I would say I didn't have a passport to the online world, and finally I'm a advocate citizen of it at this point, because before the epidemic I would what you call a dinosaur. I was just the one, pushing just the one button, and now due to, I think that's one of the positive things that it was a journey that we were all on, discovering oneself, discovering technology, discovering all the full potential of what we can do from home, and being active and continuing our efforts and message, whether you're in healthcare or not. And I think it was, I always look at the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. So I always look and see what we can learn, what we could adjust, and moving forward, how we could improve and do things better, including with technology, I think was a big key in this pandemic. And we're very happy, and I'm very happy to now have the citizenship of the online world. And moving forward, I feel it's a very pivot time in healthcare industry as well, to use these tools and skills to be able to move as the world is moving in technology.
Wonderful. So, Ms. Sushma, what is your opinion on this? What has the market been like in the national health sector during the pandemic, and how far has online and digital played a role during this time?
Yeah, definitely. Due to this pandemic era, people are trying more of online apps. Mobile apps is more common nowadays. Like you can opt for the online grocery and less exposed to yourself. Also, they are very much flexible. Actually, they are giving you wide varieties. You can choose many of the groceries, food varieties, and then that way it's really helpful. So definitely, market is more on online based.
Sorry, I don't think we caught that last part. The market is more?
Market is more on online based now. So various apps are there, and there are so many online grocery shops or supplements, pharmacy, everything we can go digital. So that's the best thing, and nowadays it's more in trend.
Okay, perfect. And when we go for the demand, what is the demand for natural health products in the region overall, and why? So, Ms. Sushma, and then we'll go on to Dr. Hanan.
Okay, it's basically people are now going more of immunity-based food items, food supplements, I can say, which is healthy food items, more organic food items, which is GMO or pesticide free. At the same time, they're looking more towards the healthy lifestyle. So that might include some immunity booster supplements or some functional food they can opt for, and some proteins, and they like to go for other lifestyle changes, modifications, like they are more into exercise as well, because there are some immunity and exercise. So that way, these are the changes. People are more towards the healthy lifestyle, I can say.
Sure. And Dr. Hanan, what is your view on the demand for natural health products in the region overall?
Yeah, so during my research, I came across a really interesting number that it's the wellness industry has been growing for the longest time, and it's actually a $4.2 trillion industry, which shows that people are more and more interested on information, whether it's supplements, whether it's knowledge or skills that they could start implementing for themselves to take back control over their health and well-being. And I think due to the pandemic, I think the biggest forefront of people's mind was their immunity. How do I boost my immunity? How do I have my body functioning at its optimal level to protect myself, to protect not just the physical aspect of wearing a mask and, you know, sanitizers and putting gloves on, washing our hands in a certain way, but then what is that beyond that I can do, that whether it's supplements, excuse me, or a certain diet that I could follow, or a regimen, a healthy lifestyle like Ms. Sushma has just mentioned. But it goes, I think, beyond that. I think it was just like eating right, sleeping right, exercise, and those protocols that we're used to. But now more people are becoming more awareness that, okay, I understand that, but how do I actually do it? What is the actual supplement? What do I need to take for my blood pressure, for my diabetes, instead of just relying on the main protocols of, you know, insulin or Amaryl or any of the, or glucophage or any of the protocols, if you will, through the conventional side. What can I do above and beyond to protect myself? Because as we know, these secondary conditions are more prone to getting these infections, these viruses, and all what we call non-communicable diseases that's actually leading the world. And actually the numbers are growing by the minute. Hence, this actually pulls or overflows into the wellness as well, and why it's created such a big demand to understanding more of the natural resources that I can include without just relying on the chemical or prescriptions and the conventional protocols that we're all used to pre-pandemic.
Yes, for sure. So as both of you mentioned, it's all about going towards a lifestyle that prevents these diseases, provides immunity, and that also spills over into the demand for such products. So we see conventional pharmacies stocking so many of these. I think Aster Pharmacy has a lot of natural products, right, Ms. Sushma?
Yes, yes. Yes, we do have products right from the supplements, and you can take it with the doctor's prescription or dietitian prescription, and as per your body status, actually. So there are wide varieties, right from the pediatric to geriatric, you can see.
Yeah, that's brilliant how for all age groups you have a specific set of supplements, and how the demand just doesn't stop at a certain age. So yeah, so great. So what are some of the trending ingredients for the sector in the region and globally? And which product ingredients do you think will trend in the future? So Ms. Sushma?
Yeah, I can say from the dietetics, dietitian point of view, I can see more people are related to the immunity booster. So definitely anything which is plant-based, organic, nutritional supplements which pertaining to boost the immunity. There are some food items also, like nut seeds, trail mix, gluten-free as per the trend. People go for the gluten-free or keto friendly. Then there are some herbal teas in the markets, varieties of teas like black tea, flower tea, herbal, that way. So people are buying those kind of things more. and then that day-to-day basis is very easy to apply and very easy. People are getting benefits. So definitely, I can say those are the most trendy ingredient or items can be seen.
And that could also be in the future?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because as pandemic is still not over and it still continue, definitely these things as a functional food, not only the healthy diet, but some sort of supplements, not only through the medications or through the supplement, but yes, functional food where little bit we can add in the diet and that can be the trend in future also.
Sure. And Dr. Hanan?
So I come from the medical background. So I'm always looking for what is the diagnosis, what is the prognosis, what is the prescription. So just like we would go to a doctor for getting my blood glucose levels checked, and according to that level, the doctor would then mention, okay, you're obese, you need to go on a diet, you would start with this medicine or drug. So I think in whether we're talking or natural remedies or we're talking prescription, I think it should all follow and customize what exactly the body needs. What is the condition that we're trying to address? What is it that is missing in the body that we need to add, or what is overdosing in the body that we need to remove that might be adding some kind of conflict with the medication, for example, that you're taking, or with the condition that you actually have. So for me, I'm a big advocate on understanding what the body needs and giving that what is that customizable, because as we've seen, people trying to lose weight is going just to the eating right, healthy lifestyle, avoiding carbs, for example, intermittent fasting, whatever. But what we really need to focus on is exactly the exact same protocols, if you will, that we use in conventional. What is it actually that we could do? For example, we have in Healology, for example, we have a test that you would actually do. It's called epigenetics. And epigenetics is just taking the, it's not blood or anything, it's just taking the root of the hair, and it analyzes the complete history of what the body is missing in it, so that we could actually supplement. So we could see actually maybe the person was exposed to radiation, or maybe the not getting enough sunlight. I mean, there's natural tools that we also implement without going straight forward. Okay, you need to take vitamin D, or you need to take vitamin B, or you need to go on this diet. Why? We always ask the question of why you need it before we actually give it to you. And I'm a big advocate for looking at natural remedies, and whether it's a diet or a supplement or anything like that, of why you need it, or what is the root cause that we could address that gets you the most efficient. And we don't actually need to work up the liver. We don't need to work up the body's function when you might not even have needed the item in the first place. So I'm a big advocate to understand what is it that the body needs, what is it that the results we're looking for, and hence implement that structure, the prescription, the vitamins, the supplements, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's interesting to know. Even for Aster Hospital, I'm sure you do some evaluation before prescribing any supplements. So what exactly is that process, and in which areas do you require which areas would a patient require a dietitian?
Okay, it's basically more of therapeutic based, definitely require more attention. Someone who's suffering from diabetes and uncontrolled sugar level. So, as a pandemic things, we need to control our underlying causes. Like if you have a high sugar levels, you are diabetic, and then if you have a renal conditions which your parameters are really not controlled, or if you have a cardiac history, or you are at the cardiac issues at risk. So those are the things that definitely you need a proper dietary consultation as per your lifestyle, your eating pattern, any kind of food allergies. Do you have your base of the diet?
Oops, we got disconnected there.
The
No problem.
dietary consultations.
Yeah.
Another thing is that if you are looking for the those who are not patients and like a normal individual, and if they are suffering from a sudden weight gain, or during the so many days people are still working on at working at home, or they have less outdoor activity, more of indoor. So I see majorly there is more of weight gain kind of issues, and some sugar levels are really not controlled, and they was at risk of diabetes, and they are now detected as a diabetes or the cardiac issues. So these are the things like lifestyle modification. Definitely, people should go for a professional help where we check the parameters, we check the any medications they are taking, or how the things. So that will be plan and that will be consult. And definitely, if there is any requirement of supplements, we do prescribe, or we do suggest to go for it. Otherwise, if it is proper dietary and lifestyle based, is definitely person to person keep on changing. So that's it. Like that. That's what I feel.
I'm sorry, I think it's lagging a bit, but I think
Monica, I think. Oh. Speaking of technology, sometimes it works with you and sometimes it works against you. So hopefully Monica will come on.
Going on the digital platform mode, but at times.
Yeah. So I guess until she comes on, I wanted to actually add another point to yours, Sushma, and that is
Sure,
there are certain environmental challenges that sometimes are what we call silent stressors that actually compile and add on to create these diseases. So I've actually went on to do 17 years of research that shows that sometimes certain root causes that might be environmental, that doesn't show up on any lab results, that doesn't show up on any scan, x-ray, things of the sort. So it's very important that we keep the clients focused on that, what might not be happening when they're coming to the office to see us or to talk about their situation or condition. We should always go above and beyond, asking them, okay, are you going through a divorce? Are you, is there something happening or stress that might be happening around? And sometimes if they are able to respond rather than react, because that's how our bodies function, is that survival mechanism always kicks in, right? That flight or fight situation. And that actually releases a lot of the inflammatory, if we talk about the technical scientific terminology, the inflammatory cortisol that might be affecting that liver or the spleen, or that which is causing the organ to react a certain way, hence giving the symptoms. So I always I'm a very big advocate of Dr. Bruce Lipton's teachings and his epigenetics. And actually what the scientific epigenetic research shows is that it's not it's not your DNA that predisposes you to disease. It's actually your environment that you surround yourself with, physically and psychologically. So what we do tend to do,
many apologies, just had a slight.
That's okay. We were just discussing on our own. Sorry.
Absolutely great. That's perfect. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so what happens is epigenetics says it's not your DNA that predisposes you to disease. It's the environment, again, that you surround yourself physically and psychologically. So often, more than not, is that we just look at what the lab results, what the x-ray, what the MRI says, and we forget to look what the psychological effects as well, where the mind is, where the mindset is happening as well. So it's very important that we look at all these environmental challenges that might be causing or compounding, leading to these diseases. And as we always say, I'm from I grew up in the US, so we have an expression there that says it's, prevention is the best cure. And the exact expression is if an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. What we're saying here is when you prevent the disease, that's your best chance of having a cure for the disease.
For sure, for sure. Prevention is definitely one of the main topics of the whole supplement space as well. We take a lot of supplements, we can build immunity and prevent disease. Now when we come to prescribing the product, prescribing the supplements, is there any specific country that the supplements have to be from, or how do you check if the supplement is right or not before you prescribe it to a patient or you put it into a pharmacy? So, Ms. Sushma?
Yeah, regarding supplement, is basically we go for the research proven data, and then it's like sometimes it's in short term, sometimes it takes long time, or as doctor suggested, it's like we need to consider about the stress factor. So there are some supplements which is really natural base, works like a functional basis that can relieve some sort of stress, or they give some kind of body changes, which takes little more time, not exactly in a short duration, but that gives at least relief, and that gives little bit body changes. So definitely, and then there are some supplements which like for example proteins. So proteins plays very important role. So some situations we tend to eat not very good balanced diet, or our timings and our lifestyle does make changes. So in that case, some sort of protein supplements or some vitamin C rich supplements that really if person really requires, we can always go for it. Another thing that as per the taste, as per the your deficiency which is proven, those supplements you can take for shorter duration as doctor prescribed. And then there are some which you can continue, discontinue. So it actually varies. So that way, yeah, definitely it gives sometimes good results.
Perfect. Also, I just wanted to ask one more thing. So it doesn't matter which country the supplements are from originally. It matters that they are fully researched and they have scientific backup.
Yeah, if I could just add one more thing on that, is that not all supplements are created equal. Okay, so what I'm saying is if you see a vitamin D bottle and another vitamin D bottle and it says 500 milligrams and it says 500 milligrams, it doesn't necessarily mean that the bioavailability is going to give you that full 500 milligrams. So again, if it's organic, that increases the milligram that your body will absorb. If it's also have the research, what we call the certificate of analysis, there's all these behind the scenes, if you will, that manufacture. There has to be a good manufacturing certificate. If FDA approval is very important, especially if there is any kind of medical claim. So even though in the US, I know that a lot of the supplements are not directly under the FDA, but you would be very careful to see anything that has any specific medical claims. Do your diligent work. Make sure that first of all, they are allowed to put that medical claim on the label. And second of all, the manufacturer certificates, if they have all the approvals, all their paperwork into place, as well as also what I suggest is that organic, I guess, is very important because, again, if you have any predisposed diseases like a secondary condition like diabetes or anything, any additives or preservatives also count. Maybe you're allergic to it. Maybe your body will not respond. So I would definitely look at additives and preservatives like colors and things like that, and make sure it does give you the ideal information to make that educated decision as well.
I like to mention here one more thing that we should always read the labels. Like it's always comes under the nutrition education. We always suggest that everyone should read the supplement or whatever product they are buying. Always check the label. So any food allergens or any causative factor which you have a intoxicity or intolerance or allergy or some sort of things, you can
Yes.
always be informed well, and so it will help you to buy the products.
Also, if I may, there's also certain stearates. So the salt of the actual ingredient. So you have calcium, magnesium, and calcium stearate. So that difference to you, to someone who's just buying as a client or as a consumer, might not realize. So even vitamins, I would suggest that they treat it as if, especially if you're taking medications, because these stearates actually bind to a lot of the medications like birth control. So if someone is taking birth control and you're taking a steroid, your chances of that birth control really working at its optimal level will decrease. Okay, so all this information you need to continue to express and mention to your either primary physician or a general practitioner or even a pharmacist, your neighborhood pharmacy. I'm taking birth control. Can I take this vitamin? You know, so make sure you treat vitamins and supplements as if they're actually medicine as well, especially if you're taking medication that might interact with these supplements.
So I think that's really good advice for suppliers of these products as well, because maybe they should mention somewhere on their label, not suitable, or do not take with, if you're taking birth control pills, do not take this specific thing, or always check with your doctor.
So their main focus, sorry.
Yeah.
So their main focus is really about pregnancy and the age. I think those are primary things that they would mention on the label. Like, for example, if they have a certain ingredient that if you're pregnant, it's not advisable. If you're a certain age and you're under that age, they give you either a specific dose or not advisable. So that's, I think those are the main things that they put on the label. But if you're going to talk about specific like birth control or things like that, they really wouldn't mention that unless there's a, like Miss Sushma said, there's a label inside or a pamphlet or something that you could actually go through and read on your own time. And if it doesn't answer your question, again, you go to your pharmacist or your physician and ask those questions, specific questions.
Yeah, I like to add here, same goes with the nutritional supplements or any related to dietary part. They always mention that gluten free or it's a lactose free or galactose free. And then sometimes they do mention it's the beige or it has some fish allergens or egg allergens,
Yes.
kind of written note. So we must always look for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
And
definitely helpful.
transparency is important, right?
Sorry?
Being transparency and being honest is very important, right, for these suppliers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We mentioned that.
That's why if you go with a well-known organic labels, do your diligent research online on the manufacturer, on the qualifications, quality controls, certificate of analysis, and all that. They're going to be very transparent on their website. So if you do your work and you look up that product's company, everything will be there, and you can make actually a confident, educated decision on whether you want to use the product or use that company's products in general.
Brilliant. So what other opportunities can the natural health sector tap into in the region? So Ms. Sushma, any opportunities you can think about that the sector can tap into?
Sorry, can you repeat?
As in, what future trends do you see in this natural health sector, and what opportunities can supplements and suppliers have in the future?
Okay, the thing is that people have become more conscious about importance of healthy diet, home cooking. The new healthy ingredients becomes new norm. Also, there is more demand for the food supplements, healthy foods, natural food items that remains stay high and even high, which is the normal actually normal trend post COVID-19 society. So that will be people should be more flexible. Those who are entering the market strategy, so they should be ready with this, and they should be more flexible. What I feel.
Okay, so flexibility is important for anyone entering this market.
Yes.
And Dr. Hanan?
So with the pandemic, I think there's now we're having this evolved environment that we're living in. Hence, we have the evolved consumer. Okay, and what we've seen in the trends in the evolved consumer is that they're actually looking for more information and knowledge to equip themselves. So they're looking for what's good for me. What forget the protocols. I have diabetes, I have this secondary condition, I want to boost my immunity, all that general information or Google information, if you will. That's not what the evolved consumer is looking for. They're looking for me, my situation, my blood glucose is XYZ, my weight is ABC. What is it specifically that I need to do and customize to my specific body needs, body height, body situation or chronic condition? So it's no longer that we could just advise people take vitamin D if you're stressed, or if you're not getting enough sun, or take B complex if you have diabetes because of neurology issue, or take this or take that. I think the evolved consumer is more well aware, well educated, even though they don't come from the health background, but they educate themselves. This pandemic has really hit home for a lot of people, especially with their health and well-being. Oh my God, what is it? What's out there? What can I do? What shouldn't I do? It's not only what they need to do in their health and well-being. What do they need to avoid? What do they need to prevent to not get this to be not in that situation in the first place? So I think we should all, not just the manufacturer, but the healthcare professionals, need to understand and equip our clients and our customers and our patients with the information that they specifically need for their specific situation, and be able to customize it at their level, at their phase, at their lab results, at everything.
Yeah, so I guess more of digital platform and online is really very helpful in these situations, I guess. Right from the grocery shopping to your healthcare parameters, you can have online consultations, you have so many online classes for the home cooking, exercise. So I think that people should go for more flexible and more focus on the online and digital place.
Yeah, I believe Aster Pharmacies also has an online portal, right, where people can purchase online.
Yes.
Okay, so just to wrap it up before we take audience questions, your prediction for organic and natural products for the next 6 months. So we'll start with Dr. Hanan.
Yeah, so I always advocate the dirty dozen and the clean 15. So you should be aware that there are actually certain, like if we're talking about foods, or if you're doing your food shopping, you should educate what are the I mean, everybody's on a budget now, right? Everybody wants to be able to expand their dollar or their dirham, or whatever, or their rupee, and they want to make everything they do or buy as an educated consumer. So what I recommend is you look for those dirty dozen, meaning that these are the definite products or definite items that you should focus on and getting only organic. Why? Because their absorption level of the pesticides and things of the sort that can create in the long run, maybe not in the short run, health issues. Like I said, increasing the inflammation in the body and those environmental challenges that we were talking about that could compound. And pesticide is one of those environmental challenges that can add on other environmental challenges that can lead to certain diseases. So the clean 15 is you would look at those that are absolutely okay if you wash them, if you use them, certain fruits and vegetables that you could use right away off the shelf without having that concern of having that high pesticide level that could lead to certain conditions. So definitely make sure you understand. They're very simple. It's a list. You just go online and you look at the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 and make that on your list as the mandatory items that you need to get organic. And the other Clean 15, you just go ahead and do your normal shopping, if you will.
And Ms. Sushma?
I guess consumers are more of interested in which the supplement which claims to boost the naturally immune system and target the virus symptoms as well. So natural ingredient like honey or turmeric, ginger, vitamin C, fruits and ingredients are really doing well.
Okay, and we can see that rise in the next 6 months as well. Okay, brilliant. So that was a very wonderful session, and thank you to both of you. Just have a couple of audience questions. The first one is about moringa. Moringa is trending. So the audience is asking about the benefits of moringa and if it's in demand here in the region. So who would like to take that?
Ms. Sushma?
Moringa, Moringa supplements is really very common for the to control the sugar levels, and it has some lactogenous properties. So among the postnatal care, also it seems great focusing on that supplements more. So yes, definitely that also seen.
Yeah, we've been having moringa in Indian households since we were children, and just now it's been trending, so it's an interesting thing. And then, Dr. Hanan, you can take this. Someone was interested about talking about nutraceuticals. So, what exactly is the difference between nutraceuticals and, or is it the same thing?
Okay, so supplements and vitamins and nutraceuticals, there, I guess, in the public eye is just at the end of the day a vitamin that I take to help my body function better. But actually, nutraceuticals are just like you would take a medicine to get the clinical results you're looking for. So it's not a one size fits all. It's more specific to the results you're looking for from a clinical aspect. So, for example, a nutraceutical for there's a nutraceutical for anxiety. There's nutraceuticals for depression. There's nutraceuticals for obesity, and they are the main function of these is to, just like a medicine, it can be prescribed to get the results, but it's natural alternative, not a chemical alternative like conventional medicine. So yeah, nutraceuticals are more focused and more customized to the clinical results that you're looking for, and not just a one size fits all kind of, I want to be more energetic, so I take B complex, for example. No, there's a specific reason and a clinical outcome that you're looking for with nutraceuticals.
Wonderful. This health has been such an integral part of our lives in the past year, and it's been an interesting session to learn about how health is being revisited through natural ingredients. And we discussed so many things today, right from immunity to how certain supplements are mixed with certain other medicines, and it's not important exactly which country it's from. It's just important about the various details on the label and certification and research that goes behind it. So this is something that all suppliers should take note before they try to bring their product into the country. A big thank you to Ms. Sushma and Dr. Hanan for their expert advice. It was really such a wonderful session. For our viewers, to find out how you can get involved, drop an email to info@organicandnatural.com, and our team of consultants will get in touch with you. If you're a business, ensure that you stock your shelves with the most trending organic products. You can go to the marketplace on our portal. So that's ask.arabianorganics.com. If you go to the marketplace, you can actually request for quotations from different suppliers in the health and different sectors as well, like in the beauty. And if you go to the exhibitor section, you can chat, call, and message in real time, and you can have face-to-face meetings in real time. So be sure to use this really, really interesting feature that's only going to be there for today, because today is the last day of our Digital Expo. Stay tuned for our next panel discussion at 1:30 p.m., which is a free from forum, Understanding the Business of Free from Plant-Based, Vegan, and Ethical Consumption. And before that, the natural health category exhibitors will be showcasing some of their innovative products. So don't go anywhere. We have a quick break for 15 minutes. Grab a coffee, grab a green tea or a herbal tea, and I'll see you back here. Thank you, everyone.
I have a quick request. I have a surprise for everyone. I have a surprise for everyone. So we were just mentioning about the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. So what I'm doing for your audience, your wonderful audience today, is actually I'm giving my book for everyone who's on the call today, because they showed up for themselves and showed up to your amazing session today, and they could actually get the free copy of the book on Second Chances. It's backward because of the screen. secondchances.me. I think everybody will find it on the chat here. And I wish everybody the best of luck. And like I mentioned, the Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen is right here in the book for you, and all the information you need to make that educated decision to take care of your health and well-being. Thank you so much, Moringa and Sushma, for the opportunity today. Thank you.